I've been playing on this one chunk Minecraft world for a few weeks now, and I've come pretty far. I just made myself a bunch of automatic farms, but I don't have any villagers to trade with so I can become rich. Today, that's all changing, since I'm going to be building loads of sky islands, each with villagers on them so I can finally become rich on this world. My world used to be really ugly, with a huge mob farm and an even uglier villager area below, but I want to make something that actually looks pretty on this world for once. So, I cleared out the mob farm and moved it underground, and made everything above ground nice and pretty. And now it was time for me to start the build. So earlier I already went ahead and cleared out this entire area down here, as well as the super ugly mob farm and the pretty scuffed villager area above. And you might be wondering, what happened to all the villagers?
Oh my god! Oh jeez, oh my god! Oh,
Yeah. Well, let's just get to building. I'm gonna mark out the center of this chunk first. I think if I just line up to where the zombie is in the iron farm, it should give me the center block. Okay, cool. So, without further ado, let's start building. Okay, here we are. I think this is high enough. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, okay. So what I think the strategy for building this first island is I'm gonna kind of build it in a somewhat natural looking circle around this area, but I don't want it to take up the entire chunk. I want it to be big enough where I can build a little house on it, but not too big where there's not gonna be any room for other islands around it. And just like that, I started work on the main center island in this epic sky island city. Okay, I think this is good. It doesn't look too unnatural. Once I had that finished up, it was time to work on the lower stone part of the island. Okay, I have the scaffolding set up, and now I'm going to start building down from the top. In order to save myself a bunch of precious resources, I decided to make the main island hollow in the center. That way I can also build something inside of the island later as well. And just like that, the basic outline of the first island was complete. I was super happy with how the shape turned out. And just as I was breaking the scaffolding out of the island, I got a weird surprise. Are we ready to be satisfied? Ooh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now the center island was entirely complete, it was time to start working on the other islands surrounding it. Let's see. It looks great. It looks really good. This is gonna turn out so good. I'm so excited. I can't wait till we start detailing the islands. That's gonna look so good. This is the first Azelart I've ever seen. Now it's time for step 2, and that's detailing the islands. I think this is gonna be quite hard, but it should also be pretty fun. To give the islands a more natural look, I started adding cobblestone, dirt, moss, and leaves to add detail, and hopefully make them look a bit cooler in the process. This is turning out so much better than I thought. This is insane. I'm really stoked with this. I'm honestly kind of impressed with myself because I'm not the best builder. So I'm a little bit surprised that I was able to make something that looked actually, I don't know, somewhat decent. Let's see. Okay, so we just finished all the islands, and now it's time to move on to step 3. Now you may be wondering, what is step 3? Well, I'm actually planning on putting a bunch of villagers on every island. That way each villager can have their own island, and it can kind of be like their little house, and I can trade with them. But I don't have any more villagers left because, yeah, that happened. So I'm gonna have to use the villagers up in my iron farm and get them to breed together. That's why I have a bunch of potatoes, and I have all these boats so I can transport them down here. Hello, villagers. Okay, so I just broke out the villagers, and hopefully they're not going to be scared by the zombie anymore. And, oh, they're already breeding, wow. I didn't even have to give them any food. They were just ready to go to work as soon as they came out of their pods. Okay, so I've somewhat mapped out where I want the villagers to go. It's probably not going to stay like this because I actually don't even know how I'm going to make their little villager pods. But let's go check on how the villagers are doing up here. More villagers! So now that I have the first island somewhat done, I'm gonna go up and check on the villagers to see if I can abduct a few and get them to come down to their workstations. But as I was below working on the islands, something terrible was happening to the villagers above me. Oh no! Oh no. This is bad. They're all dead. Oh my gosh. Since I only have one more villager left in the iron farm, I needed to bring another one up. And the only place I have villagers in my world is my carrot and potato farm. Please breed. Please. Please breed. Yes. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Wow. So I began the long and tedious process of getting them to breed and transporting them all the way from bedrock to the height limit. Once I had finally gotten the second villager into the iron farm to breed, I started work on the rest of the villager houses. Okay, so I finished up a majority of the villager houses. Don't mind all this cobblestone, it's just so I can get around. It's gonna go away, don't worry. We're gonna check on the villagers to see if we have enough to get them to move into their houses.
Wee! Wee! Wee!
Perfect. Wow. So this is how I'm gonna get the villagers down. I'm just gonna jump down with the boats and then get them to hopefully go into their areas here. Now it was smooth sailing from here. I had a steady supply of villagers from the breeder I made in the iron farm, so I would put them into a boat and row them off onto their islands once it got too crowded above. It was super easy. Okay, so I just finished up all the villager areas, and every villager is in their own little house, but now I have to connect up all the islands, and I don't want to use any ugly ladders or any weird staircases. So what I think I'm going to do is build a series of tiny little islands, almost like a little parkour course, so I can connect each island and kind of make it blend in with the environment. So this is kind of what I had in mind, just like tiny little islands that are floating. That way I can kind of hop up here and then I can trade with the villagers. And then islands that are a lot closer to the center island, I'm going to use vines instead. That will make it blend in a lot nicer. I started work on the remaining stepping stone islands. I wanted to make it somewhat like a parkour course, but not too difficult where I would be falling off and dying when all I'm trying to do is trade with my villagers. So this is kind of the first little section done, and I'm actually really liking how it's looking. It's like a little mini parkour course so I can access the villagers. It's pretty nice. Oh my gosh, a wandering trader. No way. Okay, I have all my emeralds. Let's see what this guy is selling. Please be sugarcane. Please. Oh, dripstone. Nice. Dark oak saplings, that's cool too. But still no sugarcane. Gosh, this is insane. And that's how I built a Sky Island city in my Minecraft One Chunk world. It turned out really, really good. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this center island just yet, but we'll save that for later. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!